Welcome to the deep dive.
Hey there.
So today we're taking a look at RocJane, an author who's won a couple of Editor's Choice Awards.
Yeah, that caught my eye too. We're diving into their website, RocJane.com, based on the info we've got.
Exactly. And the goal is really just to explore what makes their writing tick. What's the unique angle here?
And there seems to be a lot of ground to cover. The sources mention a huge variety of genres, different topics.
Absolutely. It's not every day you see like sci-fi thrillers next to self-help books.
Right.
So maybe a question for you listening. Have you ever wondered where you could find like one author tackling everything from, say, futuristic tech to really practical self-help, but with a kind of unique viewpoint?
Yeah, RocJane might just be that author.
So let's start with RocJane, the author. Two-time Editor's Choice winner, as we said.
And the description we have paints her as more than just an author. It uses the phrase visionary storyteller.
Visionary storyteller. Okay, that's quite a claim.
It is. And powerful voice. It suggests something distinct, right? Whether it's fiction or nonfiction.
Yeah, a strong perspective, maybe. And it mentions this ability to connect with real human emotion.
Which is interesting given the range.
Yeah.
How do you connect emotionally in, say, a high-tech sci-fi story and a book about anxiety?
That's the question, isn't it? It also mentions balancing imagination with truth.
Okay.
And the topics. Mental health, futuristic worlds, stories about just everyday people. It's quite the mix.
It really makes you wonder what the common thread is, if there is one.
Right. Maybe looking at some specific titles will give us some clues. Let's try that.
Good idea. So first up, there's a sci-fi thriller series mentioned. Ascension, the Skyscraper Project series.
Okay. Ascension. What does it say about it?
Well, the keywords are pretty evocative.
Yeah.
Intense sci-fi, technology, power, ambition.
Ambition. Interesting.
Yeah, and survival meeting innovation, futuristic suspense, fast-paced storytelling. It definitely paints a picture.
It really does. It sounds like it's for readers who love that speculative fiction edge, but maybe with some real character drama mixed in. That mention of ambition and survival suggests that.
Exactly. It's not just tech for tech's sake, perhaps. It hints at the human element, how people cope, what drives them.
Okay, so that's one end of the spectrum. Then we pivot completely.
Right, to full, but empty.
Yeah.
Stop eating your feelings and start living your life.
Wow, okay, quite the shift.
Total shift. This one's described as having deep emotional insight, focuses on emotional eating, self-worth, but also offers practical tools and a roadmap to healing. Very different vibe.
Practical tools. So it's not just theory, it's actionable advice. It's fascinating, isn't it? How an author known for like futuristic suspense tackles something so personal and grounded.
It really is. Maybe that focus on structure, like plotting a complex sci-fi story, translates into creating a really clear step-by-step path for readers in the self-help context.
That's a really interesting thought, like the same analytical skill applied differently.
Could be. And then there's another self-help title, Break Free from Anxiety.
Okay, anxiety. What's
Yeah.
the angle there?
This one apparently uses psychological science, personal empowerment techniques
Right.
to help people find calm, reclaim control. It's positioned as more than just a book, but a guide to transformation.
Transformation, that's a strong word. Again, it sounds very proactive, very empowering.
Yeah, and that theme seems to continue with the stress switch, how to rewire your fight, flight, or freeze response for a calmer, stronger you.
The stress switch. Okay, rewiring our basic stress responses. That sounds ambitious.
It does. It's called a breakthrough title, aimed at people feeling overwhelmed, offering solutions to fundamentally change how they react to stress.
So we're seeing a pattern here in the self-help stuff, maybe. Practical, science-informed, aimed at tangible change.
Seems like it. And then there's one more in that vein. Think bigger, live bolder. How you can break limits and create lasting change.
Think bigger, live bolder. This sounds more like general personal growth.
Yeah. Challenging readers, step outside comfort zones, embrace potential, live confidently. Again, pushing beyond just motivation to actual transformation.
It makes you wonder what specific methods or ideas RocJane uses across these different self-help areas. There seems to be a consistent philosophy, maybe.
Possibly. And then, just to show the range again, there's a completely practical guide mentioned.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Mastering YouTube, a comprehensive guide to creating engaging videos.
YouTube. Okay, so from anxiety to YouTube tutorial.
Exactly. A step-by-step handbook, filming, editing, branding, growing an audience, all the practical stuff.
So that shows, well, It shows a real knack for breaking down complex topics, whether it's human psychology or video production.
Right. A methodical approach, maybe?
So thinking about the website itself, RocJane.com, it's described as the place where all this comes together.
Yeah, a beautifully designed platform. And it caters to even more interests than the books we discussed. Mentions LGBTQ plus stories, romance, cooking, even children's stuff.
Wow,
Like,
so the range is even wider.
Apparently so. And the site emphasizes exceptional book quality. Things like clear writing, diverse representation, real emotional depth across all these different things.
So it's a commitment to quality, regardless of the genre or topic.
That seems to be the message.
Right.
And it also says the website really reflects RocJane's authentic voice.
How so?
It mentions her passion for justice and mental wellness and her boundless imagination. Suggests the site is a true reflection of her as a creator.
Okay, so it's not just a book catalog. It's more like stepping into her world.
That's the feeling I get from the description, yeah.
So wrapping this up a bit, if you're someone who's intrigued by an author who, refuses to be put in a box, someone exploring everything from the future of humanity to the intricacies of our inner lives,
And doing it with a focus on quality and maybe a unique perspective.
then RocJane.com seems like a place definitely worth checking out.
For sure. Whether you're looking for your next sci-fi read or maybe some practical advice or just inspiration.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is, considering this huge range we've just touched on,
Yeah.
what kind of journey, what kind of unexpected connections or insights might exploring RocJane's diverse world actually spark for you?
It's a great question to end on. Lots to potentially discover there.